I came across a data visualization that I think is the most beautiful I've ever seen. To me, it helps show that vaccines work. So the way to think about this is think of COVID as a forest fire and the trees as kindling, or the people in this case. So as more people get vaccinated, it's like a rain shower. The heavier the rain, the less likely it is that there's going to be a forest fire in that area. And so the heavier rain, the less likely. And so then on this other axis, we're looking at the active cases per 100,000. And by combining those two together, we can then start to lay this over onto the map. And let me actually increase the axis here so we can see the number of active cases in the country. And we can see that there's sort of a large concentration here in the middle of the country and towards the south, as well as actually even here in the west, specifically LA is something to note. The size of the dots is the size of the population for each of these counties. And what I'd like to call out is on this step, what we're looking at is the number of active cases, white versus basically red. White where there's low cases and red where there's lots of cases. And let's overlay that with the percentage of the population that's vaccinated. And what I think is really interesting is you'll see these red areas basically go down, indicating that there's less people that are vaccinated in those areas, and then these areas around it start to come up, almost like walls of protection. And so this is one of the most beautiful things in my opinion. So let me go ahead and click the next step and you can see that transition. And so we see these walls come up, and I think that's just beautiful. I think it's just an amazing thing to see how vaccines can slow the spread and basically contain the spread of the disease, similar to how you want to contain a wildfire. And so this is that, let me go back here. So this is that final view of what the country looks like and why we should all be encouraging others to get vaccinated, to make it so the disease has less far to go, because it works. And anyways, wanted to